Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Welcome back to League Unlock. Eric and Mark with you guys for a little bit of power rankings to break it down from week 3 or 4, depending on what region you're hanging out with. We're starting off with a little bit of NA-LCS, except it's not NA, it's just LCS, Mark. I haven't done that in a while, but you know.
Hey, I'll let it slide this time because we had some fantastic action getting into here the first official week of summer. Summer split in the LCS well underway and getting some good action here going on heading into Rift Rivals.
Yeah, the patented double summer split because it actually is summer now. We're going 10-1 and starting with those bottom 5. Probably the most surprising team on this entire list is who comes in at number 10 because we are now 4 weeks in, almost halfway through the split, and FlyQuest have one win. One win! The top 4 team from the spring split.
Well, there's certainly been some immediate eyesore issues that you can look at and say, this needs to change for FlyQuest. And right away, for me, number 1, the performance of your mid laner, Pobelter, absolutely needs to get better.
That's not a good TP?
That is not a good TP. This is not good performances coming from the notorious POB. Someone we've seen for the majority of his career, almost the entirety of it, be one of these top-level mid laners, at least domestically, always take care of business, always give you a steady performance at the very least domestically. We haven't seen that at all this summer split, and it has really been kind of that point there being weak now for FlyQuest has managed to affect every other role here on this team. You're not getting the same performance from Santorin. You're not giving the same level of stability then up onto the top side with Viper. And then when you're talking about on the bottom side, we haven't seen Wild Turtle really be able to pop off yet. And I think a part of that is knowing that, yes, you are playing with JJ still, and you had to wait to get Wadid through with some visa issues and things like that to get him into the starting lineup. But again, now switching to another support here and trying to build up that chemistry that you already had with JJ. There's a lot going on here with this FlyQuest squad. And right now, for me at least, the best way to get going again, start picking up these wins, because it's got to start happening really fast, is getting that improved performance in your mid lane from Pobelter.
And I think this is an example of when you have a ridiculously tough schedule to start the split, how it can hang out with you for the majority of it. You just never get any momentum when you have to play the top 3 teams right away. You don't get any wins. You start questioning everything about your team. And now it just seems to be falling apart for them. 1-7 is a ridiculous mountain to climb to get back into playoff contention. Echo Fox is a spot above them because they got another win. They still have a win against Team Liquid. Remember, 50% of their wins are against the top team in North America. And look at this, Mark, a season-high ranking. 100 Thieves all the way up to number 8. A 2-0 weekend. They all of a sudden have the second longest win streak in North America.
And you got to give them some credit here because this wasn't exactly the easiest of the weekends here.
Cloud9!
For 100 Thieves to get this 2-0, but this is absolutely a necessary 2-0. This is the type of performances that you needed to be getting from 100 Thieves. This is the type of performance that you needed to have in order to start turning around this season for this squad here. Gonna give some quick shout outs here. Obviously, I thought Bang and Aframu were a lot better as a duo in the bottom side. And
That's what we're expecting.
And Aframu specifically is someone that, hey, we had to be harsh on. He deserved it from the performance in the spring split, but we have seen a bit of a bounce back so far in summer. Good signs here. And hey, Bang, I know you've been thinking that everyone's giving you that 200 IQ outplay here. No. We're not good enough. We're not good enough for that 200 IQ outplay here, Bang. You just focus on what your teammates are telling you here, execute on it, and you're still going to be picking up these wins for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, we'll see if they can carry that momentum forward. Clutch is in at number 7. Kind of your proverbial, not quite a playoff team, but definitely better than the bottom tier squads in North America. Golden Guardians had a tough weekend. I mean, TSM and Team Liquid, that's about as tough a schedule as you can get. So they're down a spot to number 6, even though they played some close games against both squads. The top 5, quick shout out to Optic. No Crown in the lineup, and they still went 1-1. Crown is front runner for MVP for me right now. So with him not in the lineup, the fact that they still went 1-1, got a win against TSM, deserving in the top 5 still.
Hey man, you gotta give Scott some shout outs here for his performance in the mid lane, and I gotta say yes, taking down TSM, taking down Bjergsen, all fantastic, but I'm gonna put a little asterisk beside it because hey, you're doing it on Vladimir, and hey, Vladimir does okay, gets a little bit late enough. you're not doing much. That's the champion doing it there. But hey, major props to Optic coming through here on short notice, getting Crown out of the lineup, and still managing to come away with a victory this week. Really impressed by them. They are certainly showing signs of being a playoff squad.
Cloud9 CLG had the head-to-head matchup this weekend. C9 got the better of it. That's why they're one spot ahead of them. But I'm just more impressed that CLG is still in the top 4 weeks in.
We're starting to see the CLG that we've been wanting to see from this lineup for quite a while, starting to see it be more consistently realized here by these players, the potential that they've had. Been liking what I've been seeing. I want to give a shout out here to the man in the bottom side, Biofrost. I think there's been a lot of positive things going on. Obviously for CLG, Ruin has been a great pickup in this summer split, but I do think that Biofrost has been someone that stepped up his play, has been more responsible in lane phase, and then as well, his roaming has been a fantastic part early on this summer split.
Yeah, CLG, C9, obviously they dropped that game to 100 Thieves, but still looking like some of the better teams in North America. TSM, they were close to a 2-0 weekend. Yes, it was very back and forth against the Guardians. And yes, they had a pretty sizable lead in that early game against Optic. I feel like you redo that game 8 times out of 10, TSM's probably winning this game.
I think if you're TSM, you can be relatively happy with this week's performance heading into Rift Rivals here. I think you showed enough kind of improvements, enough good things from the weeks prior to feel like you did accomplish something with your practice and scrim time this past week as you head towards this Rift Rivals experience. And when you look at what you can be gaining from it, of course, having Acadian splitting time with Grig here and managing to, you know, reverse kind of this 0-4 type of feeling that you had been getting with Acadian here. Getting that win here again. Wasn't really Acadian's fault that you weren't picking up those wins before. Good to kind of get that momentum swinging in his favor heading towards Rift Rivals. And of course, it wouldn't be TSM without an amazing performance from Bjergsen, really stepping through, being the carry, being the one to say, not today, this is my team, we are getting the wins because I want it and I'm here. This is what's going on. I really like that type of performance from a star like him heading in towards Rift Rivals where, hey, you're going to be going up against some more really talented EU mid laners. And hey, you're not an EU mid laner anymore, Bjergsen, you're ours.
6 EU mids at Rift Rivals for NA versus EU. That's just how we do it over here. Obviously, Team Liquid in at number 1. The only team alongside 100 Thieves to go 2-0 this weekend. They're the lone 6-2 squad. They're number 1. They still look like the best team in North America. But the bright spot is, for North America, top 3 in our power rankings are the teams going to Rift Rival. So,
is that a bright spot or, or more of a statement on the other teams here in North America?
Well, basically, EU are going to be massive favorites at this event, and they absolutely should be because the region as a whole looks a lot better than North America right now. But for now, we still got TL in at number 1.